I've restored several Blackstones on this channel, but today we're doing a different type of grill. By the end of the video, this thing will be restored and hopefully we're cooking a meal. Stay to the end to see if that's the case. Check this out. I just picked up this portable hibachi grill from Facebook Marketplace and it couldn't be in worse shape. The inside's even worse than this. The major selling point for this little grill is the fact that it's portable, but it's also a charcoal grill. It comes apart, you take the lid off, and then you fold it down, and inside are your cooking grates and where you keep the charcoal. But there's a trick to this thing. When you first start up your grill, you put your charcoal in here, and this thing is closed up completely. Oh, maybe. You put your charcoal in here and then slide it in here, which acts as a chimney to make your charcoal burn faster. Supposedly, it heats up in 7 minutes. But before we can worry about any of that, we have to get this thing cleaned up. And I have a tool that was suggested to me by a couple of subscribers in previous videos. We're going to use a sandblaster from Harbor Freight to see if we can clean this thing up. Before we get to blasting, let's check out what components we have and how nasty they are. So this is the actual bed, and as you can see, there's food and debris in there, as well as a bunch of rust. We also have the handle. We have the tray that goes in the bottom and the 2 grates. That's all there is to it, to these little things. I'm going to use a wire brush to get most of the loose debris off in here, as well as on the grates and in the tray. But the majority of the work is going to be done by the sandblaster. There's a stink bug in there along with some other stuff. We'll go ahead and dump that out, and we'll start cleaning on this. I can tell already just by cleaning that out that this thing operates so much smoother. Here's a look at what came out of that thing. I've never sandblasted anything before in my life, so this is going to be a learning curve for me, but I do know you should probably not breathe this stuff in. I have the hopper filled with some crushed glass, so let's go ahead and test it out on this thing. Oh, wow. Okay, it's getting in my eyes, so we're gonna put on a shield. Now that we got all the components and the inside done, let's do what everyone's been waiting for, the outside. Took all of 20 minutes, but I got this to where I want it. The next step is going to be, since these are cast iron, I'm going to treat these like a Blackstone. I'm going to put oil on them and season them. The outside's going to be painted in a high heat paint as well as the other components here, but that's going to wait until tomorrow. But for you, it'll happen right now. All right, while we have the sun out here today, we're gonna go ahead and spray paint this thing with some high heat semi-gloss paint. Now I got this thing painted completely the way I want it. And I actually went ahead and taped off and painted white the lettering and the flame. I did that off camera. That was an arduous process. It was terrible. This is the side obviously without that. And here's the side with the paint. However, I want to know what you guys think. Should I do both sides this way or should I keep it in a blacked out model? I actually kind of like this side a little more. So let me know which side you think is better. Either the blacked out side or the one that is actually painted in white. And that's how I'll finish it off. But the next step is going to be firing this thing up so the paint has time to cure. And we're actually going to use the stove to do that. Okay, so the first thing we'll do is load this thing up with charcoal. Okay, now that we have it loaded up, there's tabs here holding these grates down. We're going to close it up and fire it up. Like I said in the beginning of the video, you don't need a chimney to start your charcoal. This acts like a chimney for itself. You light the bottom, and as the flames come up, it ignites the rest of the charcoal. So you have to keep this handle in or else the whole thing will fall apart. So we'll move this out the whole way so it can get enough heat and airflow through. But come over here and check this out. As you can see, it's acting like a chimney. It's a rather ingenious design. I think it's pretty clever. So I'll bring you back when we're fully cooking. All right, we've been at this for over an hour and the grill was smoking off perfectly and it was up to temperature for the majority of that time. So I'm confident in saying that the outside high heat paint has fully cured. The next step is to take this thing apart on the inside, season everything like you would a Blackstone grill, and then we're finally able to cook on it. There's one grate, and here comes the other one. Now where am I going to put those? Grab this cutting board that I made, put one on there, and put the one on top. Since all the ashes burn up here, I will empty that and put these in this. All right, now we're gonna let this thing cool down so I can actually touch it, put oil on all these components, and then let that go through a Blackstone type seasoning. And I'll bring you back when we're ready to cook on this.